Are you there? Yes, it's me. And you see what we're going to be talking about. So, what's up? So, can you see that we got a few friends and a whiteboard? So, we will be using this whiteboard today. If you don't know me, my name is Miladies. I am your spirit shifter here, guiding you on your journey towards self awareness. And I've been reflecting. And so, I will be sharing with you some steps and some tips on how in 2025, 2026, or whenever you see this video, you can make an extra $6,000 in 10 days. All right. So I will be sharing my story, how I figured it out. This is a community video, meaning that there were several people that contribute to the concept of this video. And so, with that being said, I thank everyone who I had a conversation with in regards to this. It did start at a large number, and then I was able to break it down. So, in step 4, we're going to use this whiteboard to break it down. All right. Stay tuned because I will be giving you the 4 tips at the end of the video. Nonetheless, hey there, conscious millionaire. All right. So, we're doing this together. We're doing this together. And when I break this down for you, you're going to see that you've done this before. And now, as usual, I'm bringing that awareness back to you. I did a breakdown in my life, and I noticed that when I was younger, I was actually producing more extra cash. And so I'm going to be sharing this with you. All right. So, real quick, services where I assist you in majority of the areas in your life, whether it's your health, your mental health, your physical health, your spiritual health. You can find me here on Pensite. I have articles that you can read. All right. Articles that you can read and assist you in multiple areas. So we're not going to play no games. Today, I'm coming a little spicy because this information is juicy. And I contribute this to my spirit guides and the community. So before we get too deep, what is extra? Extra means something that we did not have before. Something that if it does come to fruition, you're good with it. If it does not come into fruition, you're okay with that too. There is a sense of a non emotional attachment to the extra because you already have a foundation that is covering you for what it is that you are desiring in your life when it comes to your abundance, when it comes to money. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're about to get deep, babies. So let's get it. And I desire for you guys to comment back because you know how I do it. You know, I make us think. All right. So now that we got the concept of extra, something that again we don't have right now, we can create it and we'll be in a pleasurable mood when it does come into fruition. But we're also not going to beat ourselves up because it didn't come into fruition. Okay. Again, thank you to the community because I have my notes and everything, and I broke this down to a bunch of people, and it got me to the basic concept that we're going to see today. And where does it come from? I know that for a while we've been saying in this channel, if you've been following, we've been working on our money mindset. We've been working on shifting the old negative Nancy and doubtful Dan when it comes to our abundance so that we can be able to open up and receive more from our ancestors all the way up to our recent times, right? The way we approach money. We had, because we're going to get there, a 14-day money challenge in July 2024, just in case you're watching this video in the future. All right. And you guys can go back to that specifically to day 11, which I have down here below. Day 11 will give you an article of 101 side hustles because this video is not about how, well, tell me what side hustle I should do. This is not this video. All right. I already did that. All right. Yes, like I said, I'm spicy. And so with that being said, go back to day 11. And I'll put it somewhere up here once I upload this video so that you can connect this. This is all steps. We've been doing baby steps to this video right here. All right. So what happened? I got slapped by my spirit guides. My ancestors slapped me and they give me some wisdom. They was like, you keep expressing that you're a conscious millionaire. And then they asked me how. I said, you tell me. So they had me, I've never done this before, and I did it. How to make $1 million in 1 year. Now, like I said, it started at a large scale, but we broke it back down. And then I did that breakdown and I called my brother. And then he expanded it on how to make $1 million in 5 years. So the concept of the $6,000 in 10 days contributes to the breakdown that we're doing now. But once we figured out how to make $1 million in 5 years, I was able to then break it down into months, weeks, and days. All right. So again, this also contributes to the work that I've been doing with my mentors who have been bringing up challenges this year as well. How to make $30,000 for the summer. That's Grecia. We also have, again, Cosmic with his work that I continue to go to in regards to shifting our money mindsets, using spiritual work and things like that. So this has been, again, brewing up for us. Okay, so I talked about what extra is. I talked about my ancestors. So I'm going to do it 5 steps. So the first step is to find a profitable side hustle. All right. The way I did it when I was 25, I was a social worker who was making $29,000 a year. Pardon me. I was an eligibility specialist. Basically, I was going around to senior centers' homes, getting their I would say, their finances together when they came to the government system and things like that. That was one job. My side hustle was tutoring. My side hustle was tutoring, getting $15 an hour. All right. And I will be doing 10 tutoring sessions per student. I was a beast mode. I had like 15 students. All right. That was my side hustle. So I know that as my side hustle, I made way more than $6,000 in 10 days. Right. And where does the 10 days come from? Because that's the part where you're going to be like, oh my gosh. So yes, I'm applying pressure with you when I say 10 days, but I'm going to break it down for you. And so I did that when I was 25. Not only 25, but I did that when I was 26 with another side hustle. So the whole moral of how I did this, I was freelancing. I was using my tools of being an educator with my background in my bachelor's to do tutoring to students going after work. I did a 9 to 5, and then after work, I would go do the tutoring. Back then, when I was younger, yes, I had more stamina, right, to hustle. Okay, so with that being said, I did that then. The last 2 years, I went back and I recognized and picked 10 days out of the year where I produced $600 in that one day. So when I did that breakdown, I recognized that within a whole year, where we have 365 days, out of those days, 10 of those days made me $6,000 on the side extra. That's where this comes into. All right. So you find a profitable hustle. Again, go to day 11 for the money the money challenge, where you can see what could be a hustle. You already have a foundation. Many of you desire to go on vacation. Many of you desire to bring your finances into a stable, balanced space. Many of you are desiring to, hold some money for your kids' college, whatever the case might be, that you desire this extra abundance, which is to be free to do whatever the hell you want with this money, right? Rather than to say, oh, this money has to go to a bill. This can go to a dream. So you find a profitable hustle. Step 2 would be to maximize your time and your resources. All right. The way I did it, I broke down 2 to 3 hours for that side hustle. So it all goes into, am I going to be chit-chatting on the phone for 2 or 3 hours with different people who are not inspiring me? Or am I going to be 2 to 3 hours focusing on a project that a client paid for me that's $200 so I can get the next client? So again, what are you good at? And when you maximize your time, you'll then be able to start noticing how you one are valuable, two, how you can charge more for whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's the artwork, whether if it's cooking on the side. Okay, I have testimonies of people who have been working on themselves as they take some tips from this channel, as they go deeper into their astrology. And I've just been getting so, this is why I'm so hyped, because I've been getting so much feedback of people who have been putting in the work and they have shifted their mindset. So this is just a step up. And this is a step up to what they have been doing to also help you guys do this too. And to not be scared to do this, because again, we're going to be using that whiteboard to break it down. So stay with me. I'm here to simplify things as much as possible. All right. Let me know if I could do that for you. And if something seems off or wrong, go ahead and let me know down below. But I do desire to get for you to get your calculators too, because y'all gotta tell me. Okay, hold on. Hey. Oh, I love y'all. All right, focus, my ladies. So, okay, let me look at my other notes when we talk about maximizing your time. The famous quote, we all have 24 hours in one day. And I've broken down the week before. I believe it's 168 hours in a week. All right. So we're saying 2 to 3 hours out of 168 hours. Or we taking 10 away from that. We have a lot of hours. We be fronting. All of us, including me. Okay. So with that being said, put social media away, put it on a time burner in the bag, put the TV away, put the bochinche away, put the gossip away for at least 2 to 3 hours and focus on a project that you love. Because the more it's something that you love, the easier it's going to be for you to produce it. All right. I was sharing with my sister that I honestly get paid to listen to other people's problems and also guide them to a solution. So if you enjoy being in other people's business, turn that into a, without sharing, right, with the confidentiality, the HIPAA. Go listen to other people's problem and help them out if you like the bochinche. All right. So think about the weekends and the evenings. Like I shared before, when I was 25, I used my evenings rather than, no, I still party. I'm not going to front. I still party, but I was a beast. Because I was going to say rather than partying, but I would be lying because I would party. So, but I did it. Because that the side hustle was to party. We going towards the right direction this time. Okay. And so with that being said, the evenings I took 2 or 3 hours to go and tutor a child. It's my thing. I love children. I love to see them grow. I love to see them move forward. And I know that the parents, when they come home from work, it is difficult at times to focus on the homework, the food. Well, I was that person for specific families to sit there and tutor the kids while they do what they had to do. And I was honored to do that. Again, I got paid for it and I was happy. So if you have a car, think about what you can do with your car to make more money. I know you heard this before. You can use your car as an advertisement. Some of us is like, oh, I love my car. Well, let your car pay for its fucking self, and you can use your car as an advertisement. All right. Or you don't want nobody to know that you're getting money like that. That's a you problem. Because I thought we was trying to go on vacation together. Okay. So you can use your car for DoorDash, Uber, all that thing. You see, y'all making me give y'all ideas. Mm-hmm. It don't matter. So, all right, be creative. The computer is endless. The job that you have now has taught you a lot, whether it's how to ignore your coworker when they're not in the mood, or ignore a coworker, or ignore a narcissist, or something like that. We all have something that we've mastered, and we can share that with people. All right. So this is all about sharing as well. And this is why I said honestly, because I do come from a background of family members that have done it dishonestly. So I'm coming in here to let's do it honestly. So again, be sure that you are wise with your time. Be consistent with what you do. Consistency is what they say is the key. Ooh, hold on. Let me open it. All right. And put some time to the side to focus and work on your mindset. That's also part of maximizing your time. If you feel like you're stuck on an idea, sit down and listen to an affirmation, listen to a meditation, speak to somebody. Use that time for it to be valuable, to get what you desire. You can bullshit any other time in your life. But right now, you're desiring to make $6,000 in 10 days. How am I going to do that? Help me. I'm hyped. So, step 3, we will be doing this together by what? By expanding our income. We already have the job or the career, and now we're expanding. Again, from the age of 14, I've learned to have a few jobs so that I can be able to get what I desire. Where does that come from? Scarcity. A scarcity mentality, because when I was younger, mind you, I was 14, but when I was younger, I was not able to obtain what I desired from my mother because we didn't have it. We was broke, which was absolutely not the case. It was more of her mismanagement due to her mindset when she was in Cuba, right? That scarcity mindset was passed down. And then so here I am in the United States having that scarcity mindset. However, when I was 14, since I wasn't getting what I desired, I got my working papers and I got a job. I got paid $50 every 2 weeks. That was good when I was 14. When I was 14, what year was that? 1999. Yes. Okay. And so with that being said, that's when I learned. But I also see my mother be a hustler. She hustles socks, deodorant, what you need. So all of that to say that I understood the concept of multiple streams of income. So let's get out that mindset that is this one way how I'm going to receive abundance, and that is all. How do you open up to multiple streams of income? Is literally, hold on. It's literally, it's literally getting your mind open, your creativity, and just being open to knowing where you desire to place your creativity. So if you're somebody who is an artist, we're going to go back to art, and you are looking to diversify your income, what do? They got that NFT, right? I could be saying it wrong. They got places for you guys to do your art. You can do an art course, right? A beginner's art course. You can go ahead, and this is diversifying. That's one, an art course. The second thing that you can do is paint and do a YouTube channel and let people watch you paint until you get 1,000 people, all right, and 4,000 watch time, and then you can go ahead and get paid from YouTube. That's the second source of income. So how can your one talent or creativity diversify your income while you still have a job? Because remember, we're going towards what we desire, what we love to do. So think about those things so that you can be able to reach the extra, something that you didn't have before, the extra $6,000. All right. So this is the part where we're going to go to the board. I am going to close this up a little bit so y'all won't be like this with me, because I have to put it closer. All right. So setting the goals. The reality is that we have more than enough time in our hands to get this extra abundance that we desire. It's all about the way we look at it. And the way I was looking at it from a large perspective was intimidating to the people that I shared in the community and my family. And they helped me break it down to something that is doable with enough time in 2025 and 2026 for you to do this. And if 6,010 days seems intimidating, then you can, with what I'm sharing with you, you can break it down even smaller. What am I doing? Reigniting your conscious millionaire mindset, because I got slapped by my ancestors. So we're doing this together. All right. Remember the reason why you're doing it. Right? Because if you don't know why you're doing it, which was where I was at when I was younger, I don't know why I'm getting this extra. Oh, no, I did. Well, I feel like in certain spaces, this is me talking to myself. I felt like in certain spaces in my life, I didn't know why I had an extra job. Because at some point, it was just like, sis, you don't need an extra job. You really are making a good amount of abundance. You can relax. It was that hustle mentality. Nonetheless, when I was 25, I was doing it to have extra abundance to go out. Because I did have my own apartment too. Okay. So let me go to the board and I'm going to break this down for you and how you can do this also over the course of a year. All right, we'll be back. All right, look at our friends. That's my friends. It's Halloween, y'all. Come on, let's get spooky. Ooh. So I got that from Target, and this is my girl right here. I got her from Cuba. She looking at y'all. All right, so let's get this party started. So let me turn this light off so it could just be much easier. All right. So shout out to my brother. May his soul continue to rise. This is something that he had in his gym. So this is helping all of us out. All right, I'm a little sentimental. Okay, so here we go. When I mean 10 days, this is what I mean. Again, this is real simple. Follow me. We have 365 days. We're not counting leap years. They already passed this year. Let's leave that alone. We're talking about the future right now. 365 days in a year. All right. Now, let's say they broke this down already. You can look this up. Normally, there's 250 days of like work days, taking out the weekends and all that stuff. So we here. So if I said we're gonna make $6,000 in 10 days, all we have to do is take 10 days away from this, and we have 240 days. How you break these days down, it will be up to you. How are you gonna do this? All right. So we got the concept that normally we have 365 days, and for work purposes, Monday through Friday, right? We have 250 days. Remember, Monday through Friday in the evenings, don't mind my handwriting, okay? We learning here. In the evenings, you can use that. So you have 250 days. How are you gonna break that down? Y'all gonna hear some spray? Give me 1 second. We gonna have fun. When this board come out, that means we gonna learn, all right? If it don't come out, we're not learning. Y'all know I'm hyped, right? Woo! All right, let's keep. All right, sis, you gotta chill. My girl out here leaning. All right. So we already did the concept of 250 days, right? All right. So now we have. All right. Hold on. Let's try this up. Bro, you drive. Work with me. All right. Give me 1 second. because the eraser was not working. That's why it's just there looking cute. All right, so we have, bro. Are you gonna let me write it? Okay, there we go. 12 months in a year, right? And if we are going to take 10 days to make $6,000, that means that we can use 1 day a month. Say you start in January, so from January to October, you're going to look on how you can make $600 in that 1 day. An extra $600. So when you make that extra $600, that brings you to $6,000. And you didn't even make it to the year. Do we get this? So $600 from January to October makes it 10 months. We take one of those days for each month, and we're going to laser focus on how we're going to make $600. So that means that you even have, say you want to get your concept together and figure out what your side hustle is, what you're going to be doing, how you're going to be promoting. You're taking the first 2 months of the year. January and February, you're going to brainstorm on how to do this. By the time March comes in, you can begin to execute. 1 day in March, I'm going to make $600 that day. And what you're going to be doing, you're going to be tracking it. Because if you're going to, this is all about the reason, the why. Why am I doing this? Why the fuck am I doing this? I'm doing this, say me, I'm doing this because I desire to go to Colombia. So my goal for 2025 is to go to Colombia. So in order for me to go to Colombia, I have to figure out in January and February how in March I'm going to take 1 day in March, 1 day in April, 1 day in May, and so forth on how I'm going to make $600. Now, for me as a business owner, obviously it's going to be a bit much easier because I created a concept. For you, those of you who are watching it now in 2024, you have enough time. You actually have about 5 months to get your thoughts together, get your certificates together, get the things that you are good at. What did you do in the past that made you bread? We've all done this before. This is not new. I'm just putting it down in a different way so that your brain can look at it as a doable thing. All right. We've all done this before. We've all had that extra job where we got the extra money. We just didn't look at it this way. Neither did I. Okay. I told you I got slapped. So now that we got that concept together, I got more. I got some more for you. So, all right, let me see. And say you want to do it sooner, you can, when you decide that, hey, I literally want to do it sooner, then you're going to take each month and you're going to add more time. So each month, instead of it being 1 day, you can figure it out. How can I do this in 2 days in April, 2 days in March? So again, you start off small because your mind has to get out that mindset of I cannot do this, $6,000 extra. Oh, this is hard. I'm not going to be able to reach the goal. I have so much distraction. Like, we're moving away from all of that. So again, you 10 days out of 365 days or 10 days out of 250 days still gives you enough time for you to really figure out what you desire to do. And this concept again came from literally how to make $1 million, right? Now I'm gonna put the big numbers in here. How to make $1 million in 5 years. However, the true desire is to get there and start from small steps. So when you do year 1 and you recognize, okay, I did it. That's in 10 days. What if you add 20 days? What if you add 20 days out of 20 days out of 250 days? That's going to give you an extra $12,000 a year. All right. And the more that you continue to add days, the easier it's going to be for you to know how these $6,000 is going to come your way. The first step is to, again, go back to that video and figure out what your desire is to be of service. Where do you want to assist people? Where are you knowledgeable in? For me, I'm very knowledgeable in wellness and fitness. So last year, I was able to do this through 3 breakdowns. I broke it down to make $600 in a week, right? So I'm giving you even an extra breakdown. How do you make $600 in 1 week? You break it down to $200 per day, right? Excuse me, 3 days, pardon me. Perdóname. 3 days, right? So when you do 3 days, you can have 3 different services that can get you those $200. That can be a digital service where you're producing income ongoing because you have a book, or you are giving out a webinar, or you're doing something with your talent. Again, if this is art, if this is fitness, how are you having some fitness videos where people can buy it, where you charge $10 and 20 people buy it, and now you made your $200 for that day, just digitally? That's one day. Then service. How are you showing up in the community? Are you, okay, guys, my bad. All right, I'm doing, okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if this erases it. Okay, my bad. Service. My story guys is my ladies. Service. Whatever it is that you do, serving the community, serving one by one, serving groups, whatever that is. And out of that service, you're getting $200 for that day, for that service. Figure it out. I'm hearing y'all saying, well, how I'm going to get up to $200? We've been doing affirmations on this video. We've been opening ourselves for opportunities, and you have been getting your aha moments when you open yourself up for extra income. Okay, so you can figure that out. And then the last one, this is just me giving you an example so you can get an idea on how you could do this. Let me get the last one for you. The last one could be a part-time job, which for me is fitness. A part-time job, again, art teacher. You can be an art presenter on your specific style of art. You can go into schools and you can apply to get bid on in different schools so that they can take your program, and then now they paying you per class $200, and you doing 6 classes. So that's a small way of you getting those $600 in 1 week. All right. This is a different breakdown for those of you who are ready to make $600 in 1 week. We did the breakdown of doing it 1 day a month. So that gives you 30 days, give and take 29 days. All right, that gives you 29 days to figure out how in that 1 day you're going to make $600. I believe it's doable. I've had clients who have converted their space in their home into a rentable space so that they can be able to make those $600 a month, those $6,000 a year, or whatever that desire was for them. Does this mean that you have to put some work? Yes. Are you capable of making $6,000 in 10 days? Yes. Will you allow yourself to do that? That is the big question. Okay. So this roadmap that I was given can get you to those $60,000 a year if you decide to do this for 100 days, or if you have mastered within the next 2 years how to circulate abundance for the whole 365 days, you can actually make over $200,000. However, we start off small so that we don't get our ego all riled up talking about, hell no, we can't do this. You know why? Because our ancestors, our parents have really did some numbers on us. They really did a number on us in regards to that money mindset. And so now is the time for you to decide to shift it. So when I shared how to make $6,000 in 10 days, I'm literally providing you with how to do it within a year so that you don't feel overwhelmed and so that you can be capable of doing it rather than to think that it's 10 consecutive days without you actually having a proper idea. All right, so hold on. I'm coming back. Give me 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking. I was sharing that this is not a quick fix scheme. We're not here selling crack. We're not selling drugs to make $6,000 in 10 days. We are expanding it throughout the year so that we don't overwhelm ourselves and we can learn the process and jot things down so that we can reproduce it again and reproduce it again. Because a lot of times when we do things very fast, we don't jot things down. We're so happy, and then we end up in a space where we have to figure out how to do it again. All right. And then when we figure out how to do it again, we might not have the steps. Like I know prior to 5 years ago, I didn't have the steps. I was just doing it, and it's like, oh my God, how did I do that? How did I get that job? How did I get this? How did I get now track things down for yourself? All right. So again, if you was looking for something that was quick and oh, I'm gonna make it in 10 days, yeah, you are. I didn't say consecutively, 10 days within the year so that you don't be overwhelmed. This is not about overwhelming you. This is about reaching our goals and actually saying we did it. All right. So go back in your life and see when did you have that extra job and how much did you make that year. And you can see that you may have already done an extra $6,000. However, for you, it will then take you some time to break it down to see how much you was making a day. You know, how much did you make in 10 days and see if that was doable. Then you can do it now. Share this with somebody, have somebody be accountable. Like I said, this was a community concept. So it was not just me, it was work that I have done. It was me sharing it with people who are also in the conscious mindset of desiring to bring in more abundance into their life. So share with your community, share with other people so that they can hop on the bandwagon of like, hey, let's challenge ourselves in 2025. Let's make $6,000 in 10 days throughout the year. All right. So let me see if I missed out on any. Oh, the 4 tips. All right. Let me see. Let me just make sure. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna make it. We're gonna do this. All right. Again, stay consistent, stay flexible. Those are the tips that I have for you. All right. Stay consistent, stay flexible. And then these are the extra 4 tips, right? Start with one side hustle. All right. Once you start with that, get comfortable with it. Because when something becomes comfortable, you can then also delegate that to somebody else because you're comfortable with what you have set up. So again, this is not about, oh, I'm doing this fast and I'm doing 3 things at one time. All right. Be strategic. That's tip number 2. Be strategic, right? Set your weekly goals, set your daily goals, all right? So that you can maximize. Remember, it's one day for 10 months to make $600 that one day, all right? And you set yourself up to do that. Now, I gave the whole 12 months, but it all starts when you start. So if you start in July, then you count 10 months from then. If you start in April, you can start 10 months from then. However, give yourself at least 2 to 3 months to see what it is that you're going to do so that it can flow for you. The more that you have intention, the easier it's going to flow. All right. And keep track of everything. Keep track of everything. When you keep track of everything, you know where you can win. You can know where the challenges are at. You know how to progress. You know where you need assistance at. All right. Many of us who are watching this video are not playing games anymore. So there's a mission. Do I have a device? Okay. We're not doing that. We have a mission. So you just have to imagine yourself how things could be different when you actually apply yourself and do this for 1 year. And you're not asking yourself to do much because what you're sharing is something that you desire. Some of y'all already have products. Some of y'all already have courses. Some of y'all already have side hustles. Maybe it's just a part-time job where it brings you in an extra $6,000 for the year. There's a lot of per diem jobs. Some of you are already social workers. You can do a per diem job as a social worker. All right. Or some of you are saying, oh, I don't want to work hard. Then work smart. Turn your social work skills into teachable tools for the social workers coming in new. I'm just saying you would have to book a session with me to help you break that down in 6 weeks because I can help. All right. And then lastly, add a second stream of income once you hone down that one side hustle. So again, we're taking our time with this. For those of you who have more ambition and more drive and are already in the process of doing this, then yes, you will reach a goal quicker. I would say give yourself 1 year. This is, to me, the breakdown was clear. I pray that the breakdown is clear to you, or that it helps you create your own concept, which I would love to hear on how you're going to make the extra $6,000. Because this is the way that it was broken down. And I shared it with the community. So this is a community thing, but then you have your own insights and know what you desire to do. So I desire for you to share that with me. Do you guys have any questions? Anything to share? Was it a bit clear? Did I lose y'all? And if I did, it's okay. Come back to the video. Overall, we're going back to our program. So stay tuned for additional videos that are going to be coming up, not just in our money mindset or our subconscious mind and our awareness, everything else that has to do with your mental, physical, emotional, social, financial growth. All right. I love y'all. I'll see you guys soon. Let me know what you did with this video.